I want to share with you this technique I use for drawing abstract detail really quickly. Well, here we are in Tayasui sketches, and I'm going to show you today how I treat leaves when I'm sketching, and I'm also going to use a different technique or brush. I've used this brush lots of times. I'm using a watercolour brush, and it's the thinnest or the first nib, but instead of using it to paint with, I'm going to use it to sketch, because you can get nice thin lines, but you can also press on and get a bit of a wash going. So what is it I want to do? Well, I suppose I ought to just choose black, because this is going to be more like a pencil sketch really. I'm going to set my area that I'm going to work in, because I want this to be sort of a square composition. So I'm doing this tree, and I'm starting off sketching sort of the trunks in fairly loosely, but what I'm really interested in is these leaves. How am I going to deal with all of these leaves on this image? Well, I'll tell you, I am just going to do squiggles. Like that. I'm nowhere near far enough over, so I'm actually going to undo that. I want it to be about there. See how with this pen you get sort of dark, light edges? I kind of really like that. So a little doodling way of treating leaves in your sketches, and you can do more complex, detailed work using this technique. And I get these dark ones in down here, look, and I can just etch them in, fill them in. It doesn't have to be detailed all the way along. Put a few branches in, and then a few leaves. Attached to those branches like that. And then I'm just going to hatch all of this in. And then I can do, sort of put some detail that's sort of poking through that hatching I've done, I guess. I can cross hatch it. And this is really loose hatching, it's not sort of refined by any stretch of the imagination. So I can put as much detail and as many squiggly lines in as I like. But it's just a really quick way of doing trees. With a few squiggly lines, and I'm letting the pencil just find its own path really. I'll shade that in as well. Lots of shading. Look at that cool brush. This is a really nice way of sketching with this brush. I haven't tried adjusting the size. I don't know what's... So I've got it about 3/4 of the way up. I've got the opacity on full. So I can make it smaller if I want more refined lines. I've got this sort of edge. Same technique, look, for my edge. Just exactly the same. Look around a little bit, make it a bit thicker, because this is closer to you, so lines that are closer to you need to be a little bit thicker. This is almost like brushing ink, although they do have a brushing ink option in Tayasui. That's probably why I've never used this one for that technique. So we've got a little bit of a edge going there. Then this edge comes around here, and then we've got a bit more detail going off there. Now I need a few I don't know what's happening. Stop drawing. There we go. I think my iPad was thinking what to do then for a second or two. I've got these dark shadows in the foreground. I've never ever used Tayasui this way before with this brush to get this kind of technique going off. Let's make that a bit smaller. Just squiggly random lines, look, for this edge. Just filling a few of these little squiggles in. I think that looks pretty cool. Right, I'm making the brush a little bit bigger to do some of these bushes here. I'm going to keep it in that same sort of loose style, using lots of squiggles for these bushes. Got nice shadow, dark shadow, lots of contrast going off here. There we go. I don't need these other trees there, they're going to be distracting, but I think I might put a couple of these little buildings in. Might be quite nice. course, I could zoom in here if I wanted, but you know, that'd be just too easy, wouldn't it? I'm sort of making them. I'm making them up now, to be honest. I'm not even looking at the drawing. It's just a quick sketch, and I'm not too fussed. Squiggly edges in the background. That kind of just go off. I haven't adjusted the tone of this pencil at all, or this brush. It's all done with pressure. I could put a nice build in there actually. I'm just going to use the eraser just to take that little bit out. Put a little bush there. And a tree there. There. I think that'll do. I think that is my quick sketch in Tayasui using the watercolour brush. I could add another layer of washes, couldn't I? Should I do that? No, I think it'll spoil it. I like the effect that I'm getting. Oh, Stephen, stop it. I'm sort of determined to finish the whole thing with one brush. I'm just knocking the opacity down. I just want like a light wash on there, and oh, notice how the colours blur together. Oh, I like that. Sorry, it had to be done. Should I put a bit on there? I'm just adding a little bit of tone for the shadows. Could put some up here as well, couldn't we? I need to change the brush size. I'm just going to undo that bit. That's better, do it a bit quicker. It's sort of evolving. I didn't really intend it to be a sort of a wash on. I just wanted it to be a line drawing, but it's kind of evolved that way, which, you know, very happy with. I could go back to the very fine brush and just, oh, it won't let me now, it's blurred. That'll do, I'm going to spoil it. I will create a new layer just so I can sign it with the same brush. I wonder if I should sign it with white. Yeah, I quite like that idea. There we go. Finish. So, I'll start again. Just a quick sketch in Tayasui showing you how I use squiggles to do render leaves and trees and foliage and stuff like that really, really quickly. And also how I've used that watercolour brush, the finest nib, as a drawing tool, which I think looks really cool and really organic. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, a big thumbs up as always is much appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, because I have lots of videos like this and I would love to be sharing them with you. So hopefully I will see you all in the next one. Bye.